I want to spend a minute not only for the kids, but to tell moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and teachers and others who are here a little bit about what we're doing and why we're doing it. As was mentioned, we call it Talk with Walker. I want to spend a little time talking, but I'm going to spend more time listening.
Notice that Racine is already making tremendous progress with this choice education. What are the chances to bring this program to Kenosha? Is there any way that perhaps you can include Kenosha on your budget?
And the other thing I would say is to challenge the technical colleges and the UW system to work together to accept credits, because
if you were to give a report card to the Department of Public Institution, what would that report card look like?
Charter and choice schools based on performance. It's clearly the way to go, and I would encourage you to make sure that happens.
I really want the University of Wisconsin, the entire system, to remain a competitive research force.
None of the local colleges knew what to do with technical degrees. Is that another avenue you could look at?
I just want to start off by saying my name is Brianne Newson and I attend Hope Christian High School, which is a choice school. So I want to thank you for your support in choice schools, because being here has made college definitely an option for me. And so far I've been accepted into 9 universities and this is my senior year.
Wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more on the accountability of the instructors at our schools.
You talked a lot about tying money to performance when it comes to education. How might it look different for them?
Well, I think there's a couple different parts, and again, some of this, like I said, is the whiteboard effect. We're throwing ideas up, and we're still trying to flesh out the details, but there's 2 parts. In the K through 12, where we spent about a year, almost a year and a half, looking at a whole way to essentially grade, to put it in real terms, to grade our schools and our school districts. We did it not just on one subject area, but on multiple subject areas, and not just on attainment, but also on progress. So schools not only get a high score just because all the kids in 8th grade are reading at 8th grade level, but also if a school took kids who were originally reading at 4th grade level and moved them up to 7th, even though they're not, or halfway through 7th grade, even though they're not reading at 8th grade, they should get some value because they took those kids and moved them up 3.5 grade levels to where they're at. So there's a number of factors. One of the complaints often we heard from educators is, one high-stakes test isn't a very good assessment. We were able with this school and school district accountability plan to get a waiver from No Child Left Behind, which essentially is a federal mandate. It's kind of a one-size-fits-all test. We don't have that now, and we did this alternatively. Our hope was, the idea with that is, even without the financial assistance, is that we try and, by identifying the successful schools, we try and figure out ways to replicate that success. Find out what is it, because we believe, in the report cards thus far have showed, that even in urban areas, there are some schools that succeed and some schools that don't. So it's not just what district it's in, it's not just what community it's in, it's not even what the demographics always are. Sometimes there are variables that differ, and so we wanted to try and identify who those were, and then try and help the ones who aren't quite up to that measurement replicate that success. In terms of colleges, in our technical colleges and in our university system, for us, the technical college would be less a performance measure in terms of funding, like we have in the K through 12 I'm talking about, where it's based on any sort of report card. What it really would be more in our technical colleges in particular is saying, we're not going to cut funding, but as we add more funding, or at least in some areas as we add more funding, we're going to try and target it in the areas where we believe there's the greatest need. Where are the current needs? Where are the real-time needs? And as we look out over time, where are you going to be not only now, but 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, and then try and help our technical colleges in particular identify where do they need to put more resources to keep up with the demand for those types of jobs. It's a great question, though. Sure.